Okay, guys. So I do want to introduce Sean Holm. A lot of us know him as the owner of NextLevel, but he's actually going to introduce to us Ad Manager, what he's been working on, and kind of shows the progress that he's had. And I do want to offer this in the training. So if the agents want to start their own advertising, which I do recommend if you plan on doing this long term, treat this as a business and really start doing your own advertising over time because it's going to take some time to ramp up. So even if you're buying leads, this is always a good idea to have this on in the background and then let it kind of take off for you. But take it away there, Sean.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's good seeing. I know, I think I've talked to most everybody on here. Tay, I know I've talked to a long time ago. No Todd, Justin, Tyler, Branya, I've talked to I think once or twice. But yeah, I appreciate the partnership. And yeah, you and I, Candy, have been friends for a while, so it's just always fun to kind of collaborate and build stuff together. Um, did you want me to just go over Ad Manager? You mentioned in your text, the CRM stuff. I just want to make sure I'm covering kind of what your intent is here.
Well, essentially, I mean, I have a good bit of new agents that weren't able to be on today, so I'm putting this into the training. So I just want them because they probably don't know a whole lot about Next Level at this point. So just giving like a quick run through of, here's the CRM, and then this is what we did inside the CRM to give you the option to, do your own ads. So,
Okay, cool. Yep. Let me probably share screen here. Um, so I guess before I kind of, I mean, yeah. So well, I know a lot of people in here are already on Next Level, so already kind of familiar with the setup. But just I guess I'll just touch on some of the key features here. Those of you who have used Go High Level, it's based on Go High Level, which is a extremely powerful, awesome software that we can customize to our own specific needs. And what I've done with Next Level is customize it for health and life insurance world. And we've got all kinds of automations and stuff and for selling indemnity health plans, which is what most everybody's focused on. And so really that's kind of where it came from was I was selling indemnity health plans and some other stuff, and basically was had a few CRMs. Like some of you guys might have a couple CRMs and are always trying to kind of consolidate down. But I wasn't super happy with some of the other CRMs I was using, and I thought, well, why don't I just build one for my immediate team, and we'll have something that we like. And so built this for the team, and then we're just kind of spread. And a lot of agents started wanting to use Next Level, and so it's just really turned into my full-time thing. It's been really awesome, and I'm very committed to making it the best CRM for people. And we're constantly innovating and solving problems and coming up with new things. But kind of just um, kind of the high level overview of the CRM. Uh, it's a CRM, so to start, so it's a way to customer relationship management. It's a way to organize all of your contacts in one place. But I like to think of it, yes, it's a CRM and it's really nice for organization from that contact perspective, but it's really nice for all of your business tool perspective. So instead of having other websites or other software, we maybe host your website over here and you manage social media over there, you have your email, your phone, you've got a power dialer app, all that kind of stuff is consolidated into one platform here. And so I really like to look at it as kind of an all-in-one front-to-end business tool for you. So all the way from your leads, and that's kind of what we got into lead generation, was we really wanted to be end-to-end. So ads, leads on the front end, all the way to like converting those leads and achieving speed to lead through quick text messages. So the platform auto texts all of your leads the second they come in, with customized text and email campaigns that are designed for whatever lead type you're working. So if you're selling indemnity health insurance, they're customized for that. And you can further customize them yourself. Everybody kind of likes to do different tweaks on things. And then from the closed sell process, so you sell a policy in the system and it puts them into a client retention and referral pipeline where it checks in with them throughout the year, messages them on their birthday and on holidays, And then all the other tools that I mentioned. We provide a free agent website, including, let's see if I can find an example here, um, including a bunch of post-sale websites. So Manhattan, Allstate, America's Choice. We're pretty close to finishing a Philadelphia site as well. And so, of course, you can customize all this stuff. We'll even provide a domain for you if you don't have one. You can put your photos on here, but this is really out of the box, ready for you when you sign up. It's got a few dummy testimonials and stuff, and there's some things you can customize, but it's a site that's out of the box ready day one, including a nice calendar page. It'll have your logo on it, all of your personal information, phone, email, NPN. We help you get a phone number registered, and we do the A2P for you, so you don't have to struggle with that. We even pay for it. So once you sign up, you go through a training process, a series of videos to kind of bring you up to speed. And one of those is getting a phone number. So we do that for you. Yeah, a couple other things just real quick. Our AI, AI's, not for everybody, but it's quickly evolving. Like even in the past week, there was a new feature that came out that I posted about where if you manually text your contact, it'll actually shut the AI off for you, which is really nice. Did I tell you about that yet, Candy?
You did not, and that's awesome because that was always a gripe of mine, remember?
Yeah, I know. It was yeah, it's super annoying. So used to be that if you wanted to jump into the conversation while your AI was engaging, you'd have to go manually shut the AI off. Otherwise, you and the AI would be texting the contact. So super annoying. And now if you manually text, it will actually shut the AI off for you. It'll add the AI off tag. And
Nice.
we pushed that to all accounts in the last few days.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing is this will be rolling out early next week, is that the AI will now have more context. So it used to be where, your auto drip text campaigns were reaching out to your contact, and the AI didn't see any of that stuff until your contact responded back to you, until the prospect responded back. And then the AI would only see that one message. And it would cause confusion sometimes because let's say you asked a question in one of your text messages, what some people like to do, like, hey, do you have a deductible on your current plan? This is like a kind of a common one. Well, if someone responds back, no, the AI, the way we built it, is really just designed to help you book appointments. It kind of gets rid of all the fluff, just really narrowed in on booking appointments. Well, if the first text that your AI sees is no, it thinks this person doesn't want to book an appointment. And so it kind of operates from that kind of standpoint. Now, early next week, it's going to roll out. It'll see every text message you've ever sent that contact. So it understands the full context. And then another update is, mostly we've been using OpenAI, ChatGPT. There's another big player called Anthropic. And basically, it's now a default backup, or it can be primary. We're going to look at that and see which is best. But apparently, it's more conversational, so more lifelike. And also, it means that if one of the others fails, instead of the AI airing out, it'll just go to another model and it'll keep the conversation going. So just some things about AI. It's getting better. Those that have used it know that it, of course, messes up sometimes as well.
That is such good news. Like, I'm so excited right now. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And even in the past several months, as I go and do some audits once in a while and see the conversational history, uh, it's doing much better in the way that it proposes times and things. So it's not perfect, but it's a good tool for those that feel like they need to use it. It comes included in your membership. So there's last year we had two-tier membership. As of January 1, we only do one membership, 147 a month. It includes everything from your agent website, AI, I mean, all the stuff. I really didn't like having two tiers. I didn't really believe in the lesser tier. So now everything we build, everything I build, all new features go into everybody's accounts, and then everybody's on the same playing field. But really, if you were to build monthly and go to CloseBot AI, you would at a minimum be on this, but you could technically have more than one bot. So it's pretty good value anywhere from 67 to 197 a month. That's included in your membership, including all the ChatGPT messages and all that stuff. So you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. It's just included. But it's with Closebot AI, which is really good. Shifting over to Ad Manager. We rolled this out a few months ago because the common complaint across every single agent, IMO, like everybody that, you guys all know this, it's like leads. And a lot of you guys, were working a certain lead type in the past that just really kind of fell off, and it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better. And so it's like, well, what do we do for leads? And I know, Candy, you've been working hard to provide solutions for agents, and we've kind of been doing the same over the last few months, and we rolled out our Ad Manager program. So shifting over to Ad Manager, this is not really a lead. It's a lead option, but it's not like, oh, we buy, there's Philly leads. You can buy, there's, what's the other one? Nitro or whatever it is. This is you becoming autonomous in running your own ads so that you can generate your own leads. And so it gives you a lot more flexibility and a lot more control over the lifeblood of your business, which is leads. Paid ads isn't for everybody. It's for people with a budget. So, there's a lot of ways to generate business. And Candy's doing a great job of opening that up and providing training and resources. And I know you'll continue to do that, Candy, and like build it out and even more robust. And because there's ways to generate business without having to pay for leads, right? But if for those of us who are like, we're just going to buy leads, and it's obviously a powerful way because it's a faucet that you can turn on and off with just placing an order, which is really nice. But this is you running your own ads. And right now we're just doing Facebook, and we're really getting that dialed in. We may go into other channels later. But what we're doing is we're setting up your business Facebook page and then giving you access to a library of ads so that you can run your own ads. And there's some benefits that come with that. And there's just a few listed here, but basically you can customize it. It's personalized because your prospects see your business name on the ad, they see your name on the ad, and they can actually book right on your calendar off the ad. And so if you're like, we've all worked, everybody's who's been in life and health insurance for a while, it's like you'll run certain leads and you're like, man, it seems like these people, maybe these leads were resold, or I don't know what, because a lot of people are telling me they never filled anything out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how these are generated. I don't know what the ads look like. With this, you see everything. You have full transparency. You see everything, what's being, from the images on the ads or the videos to the text. And it's exclusive because it's going straight into your account. It's your ad. It's being generated from your Facebook account, and it's real time. So you don't have to worry about, did the lead actually come in a week ago? Because it's your thing. And then, we realize that people don't really want to, take away from their time selling and doing the things that are making them money. You don't really want to become an expert in advertising. At least most agents don't. And so this is really a done for you service where we basically do an onboarding. We get it fully set up. We show you how it works, but we launch everything for you. We maintain everything. We troubleshoot, technical support. And then what's cool too is you have a lot of other agents in your community. So like they're running the same types of ads where we're leveraging data. So like right now, I think we're probably managing close to 60,000 a month in ad spend across multiple accounts. And so we're getting large amounts of data all the time. And then we can leverage those insights and apply them to your ads, give you feedback, make sure that your ads are producing the leads that you want coming in at the price that you want, the price that you're looking for. So you really have a lot of transparency, and you can have inputs and control. If you want to build something, we can deploy it for you. But really, you've got you've got a community that you're kind of doing it with, you've got technical support, so it's a done for you service. A little bit about what it looks like in the CRM. Let me see if I can find, let me, I don't think I'm gonna go over to my mom's account. I usually like use hers again. I figure she can't get mad at me for showing her account. So you don't have to be a NextLevel to run ads. We can run them to any CRM or just to a spreadsheet if you want to do that. Of course, we like NextLevel. We think the automations are important in achieving speed to lead and keeping organized and all the retention stuff. I don't really see a lot of CRMs out there that have anywhere close to the amount of like client retention or as nice of an agent website and post sell stuff and all that. But one of the value adds of running a NextLevel is we have real-time analytics into certain things like your appointment book rate. So we see live when your appointments are being booked, and that gives us some feedback on how your calendar page is set up or how our verbiage is that's prompting them to book an appointment with you at the end of your ad. We are also feeding back to Facebook your pipeline data. And so if in under your opportunities section here and all of your pipeline stages, go here to this stuff. If you are booking an appointment, which would show here on these stages, or if you sell a policy, we're actually feeding that data now back to Facebook, that basically telling Facebook, hey, we like these kinds of leads. Go find us more people like this because these are the people that are booking with us and that we're selling policies to. So we like NextLevel because we have analytics into appointment booking rates and close rates and stuff. But again, you don't need it. It's just kind of our preference. When you sign up for Ad Manager in NextLevel, though, you'll have a tab that looks like this, where you can actually see the ads that are deployed into your account. So my mom right now, she's doing a couple things. She's doing indemnity and some ACA leads. So you can see your ads that are running. You can click down and see a drop down of everything that you kind of have. You can go preview your ad and that kind of thing. You can also see metrics. So this just kind of defaults to the past week. Maybe I'll go back a couple weeks here. You can see metrics. She's getting her, looks like she's getting her some ACA leads, a couple different lead types, one at 1728. Her indemnity ads are coming in about 16 bucks. Her indemnity leads, but you can see kind of like your your KPIs here. Excuse me. And we kind of go over like what these mean, CTR and convert, this conversion rate, cost per click, all this stuff. We go over it. We do a weekly like ad manager call and all that, so you don't have to know all that. You'll see a list of your leads. Of course, this is all integrated directly into your account, so just automatically triggers automations when your leads come in. And then I'll show you too that, and again, you won't need to necessarily do this, but let me go back. What it looks like to launch a new campaign. So you click launch campaign, choose platform, Facebook. We have a whole library of life insurance, indemnity, some ACA stuff, and indemnity, I'll just show you. So basically, here's a library of ads that we're running right now. And, Amir and I, so I run this with my friend, a guy I've worked with for, I don't know, the past 5 or 6 years, Amir. Some of you guys have met him. He's awesome. But we basically would choose your ad for you. Just we do that because we have, again, real-time data and to know which ones are doing the best. So we'd probably choose this for you. But we'd say, hey, I want to run this ad right here. Click on it. And there's just some fields that it's going a little bit slow, but just some fields that we have to fill in here. It's probably about 7 or 8 fields, but we can launch it right from, so if I was launching for my mom, can launch it right from your NextLevel account, set your daily budget, put your calendar link right on the ad. And then we just do a couple other things, like we choose your custom audience based on the states that you gave us that you want to run in, and then like your privacy policy. because we want to make sure you're TCPA compliant on everything. So all this other stuff you don't need to mess with, but I just kind of showing you, here's your ad media, the text and stuff that's on the ad. Again, this is all kind of customizable, but you'd hit launch here and in less than 60 seconds, your ad would be live in your Facebook account. So really cool, easy to use platform. Excuse me. That kind of doesn't make you get into Facebook. So the Facebook, honestly, their ads manager is it's not very intuitive. It's kind of confusing. So it's really nice to have in your CRM the full visibility here. So a little bit about the kinds of leads that we're running. Just because this is recorded, it's kind of a mixed group. I don't want to show, I usually will, like if we're on a private call, show you people's leads and stuff. But you'll see here that there's like silver and bronze leads. That's mostly what we're doing.
Do you want me
We're
to
calling,
pause it, Sean? I could pause it, the recording.
yeah, sure, that's fine. Let me give you a brief overview for the recording, and then
Okay.
yeah, I can jump in and just show some leads. But basically what I'll show is we're in our current form, we're asking the kind of fields that we're collecting on our ads. We're getting all the base contact information, all the stuff you guys are normally used to seeing, like city, state, zip, name, date of birth, whether or not they have a plan, their current premium. We're also asking, if they have spouse or children. One of the cool things that's been really insightful is we started asking how often they're going to the doctor. So we have a drop down that they can select that basically says if they're going to the doctor often, once or twice a year, or hardly ever. We may play with that, but it's been nice to kind of see. It gives us some indication of health because our goal is to get before you for indemnity leads anyway. Someone who is above average income and above average health. So it gives us some insight into the health piece, asking doctor frequency. We may play with that. There's certain questions you can't ask directly on Facebook, so we have to be careful there. And then we also ask current deductible. Just some people like that, so we kind of put it on all of them. Those are kind of our bronze leads. We often start people out on bronze leads because they're cheaper. They can be anywhere from $10 to $20 to in the 20s generally. And then we've got what we're calling silver leads, which would be a landing page lead. So the difference would be lead form, and you can see here on the screen, lead form. This is for, some of you guys may know this, so forgive me for, over explaining, but when you go click on an ad, typically in Facebook, it immediately takes you to a set of questions. And it's really easy to submit those questions because it's direct on the platform, it loads quickly, and oftentimes it will just autofill your data too. And so lead form typically, these are generalities I'm talking, but we'll give you a lower cost lead. But also it could mean lower intent because of the ease at which they can submit those forms. They can just submit it and move on. And that's probably why sometimes people think, I don't even remember filling that out because it was done so quickly, auto-filled their information, they submitted it. That's the lead form. Landing page is, and I'll probably show that too when we pause recording. I'll show you one of our landing pages, is when it takes them off Facebook to your own website and your own survey or form where you can ask all kinds of questions, including what we ask is income. If Facebook doesn't like you to ask income on their platform, but if you go to landing page, you can ask all kinds of stuff. And we may eventually, I'm sure we'll eventually play with more options. Like, for example, if someone says they go to the doctor often, maybe we'll eventually add like some additional qualifiers. Why do you go to the doctor often? Do you have cancer, heart attack, stroke in the last 5 years, type 1 diabetes? Try to find some of the big disqualifiers for indemnity. But we can also customize it a lot more. We can A/B test those landing pages, which we're currently doing. All of our landing pages we're A/B testing to see what's the best headline and what's getting the best conversions. And then those forms typically won't autofill your data either. So you have to go manually type it in. Now people will go manually type in a bad email or phone number still, but it takes a little more work because Facebook's not automatically doing it for them. So lots of customization on landing page leads. They do come in more expensive. In part, and I should mention this, is because we can also on a landing page disqualify people if they're, outside the parameters for what you're looking for. So for example, if they say they're on Medicaid, it will immediately disqualify them. So they can't even submit the form. Whereas on Facebook, we have a bunch of like clauses and disclaimers saying this is not for Medicaid, don't submit. Sometimes people still do it. On landing page, they'll get disqualified if they say they're on Medicaid. And then also currently what we're doing is if anyone states that they're making less than 20,000 a year, it disqualifies them as well. So you're not going to get any like super low income. And we can customize all that too, but that's where we found kind of some success and sweet spot. But the leads are coming in more expensive. It's hard to say. We're seeing such variety, but anywhere from, in best case in the 20s to worst case in the 40s. So, maybe assume 30s, high 30s a lead, but they're typically going to be a little bit better quality as far as, they can't be on Medicaid, they can't be a certain income level. We've gotten better feedback on those leads. They're typically going to be a little higher intent because we're asking more additional questions. It takes a little bit more work to submit the landing page lead. But
So you're
yeah,
saying the landing page is coming in right around 30, but the regular lead form was how much?
yeah. I don't have the average in front of me right now. I'll pull it up. I want to say it's like around in the 20s or low 20s right now
Okay.
for the lead form. Some accounts, I mean, now I just say that because that's what we've kind of been defaulting Amir and I to launching people with. I mean, we have couple people that are getting leads at $9 or $10 a lead. But those are kind of like a lower tier bronze, but they like it because they're still selling off of them. So like, yeah, let's crank it up. If I can get a $9 lead, I'll just buy a lot more. And especially at the book rate, like the person that's getting that $9 leads, his book rate is about 35% off those leads. So he's like, I'm gonna fill up my calendar and I'm not really dialing these leads too much because they're booking at such a high rate. He also gets a decent amount of no-shows, but he's like, the ones that show up, I just sell. So just kind of it depends on your philosophy. How, do you have more time than money? All that kind of stuff. Like what kind of lead type you're looking for.
So Sean, just to clarify,
Uh-huh.
when you're saying it's about a $9 lead, the easier it is for them to do whatever they're doing to get that lead to you. We are paying for the campaign and ad manager, and you're saying it typically will break down at the end of the day to about $9 a lead, but you're paying for the campaign, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So when you're running your own ads, you have to think about it like, hey, I'm paying Facebook to go put up a bunch of billboards along the freeway for me. But at the end of the day, I'm getting, so I might pay them $100 a day, but every call that I get off that billboard, I'm getting
Yep.
I'm getting X amount of conversions. So, you
I
know,
just want to clarify that because that's a different mentality than what we're used to of, hey,
absolutely.
we're paying $35 a lead or whatever. You're actually acting like a business now, right?
Exactly. And that's a great point because some people kind of get confused about that. Like they don't understand that you're really paying for advertising, but it tells you based on how many people are actually submitting. So if we look at this ad right here, there's been $1,100 spent on this ad, at least in the last couple of weeks. But there's been 77 people that submitted it and so if you divide this by the 77, that math should work out. Sometimes this gets a little wonky, but your cost per acquisition here would be about a $15 lead. Yeah, that's a great question because it's a different mentality. Yeah, you're paying for advertising, but you can break it down by what the leads are actually coming in off of from your advertising spent. So same concept.
And you
Yeah,
will with setting all of that up is what you're saying, right? To get it.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we set it all up and yeah, and when it comes to like you said, thinking of it like a business, there's other components of that too. Like Facebook does its best to target the states that you've given it to target. Sometimes you're going to get states that are not in the states you're licensed in. That's just kind of like the cost of you running your own business. Like you'll sometimes get those. So there's just some different, yeah, a little bit different when when you're buying from a lead vendor, they may do some replacements or things like that. You've got a fixed cost. This is a little bit different. But there's going to be some strengths obviously that come with this as well.
One thing I do want to mention too is most of you know I've been working on my own leads. So this was something I was going to offer to, and it would just be to the Rise Above agents is, my videos, my ads, the ones that come out the most successful, the landing pages. We're also going to be running that. So you would be able to put that into your own account and just run with the advertising on that. So I just wanted to mention that so you guys know.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, our bronze leads, so this is a new program for us. And so like I hate quoting pricing because it's so new. We have so many new people that it's like, you get a handful of new people over a week. Their numbers are going to skew because there's the learning phase in Facebook. The ad's not going to perform as well the first 4 or 5 days, even sometimes a week or two, and it kind of skews the data. But right now we're seeing the bronze leads in the low 20s and the landing page leads we're calling silver in the 30s, but no guarantee. Results vary. You can literally launch like the same exact ad in the same account and you'll see different performances. So it's kind of random and a lot of testing and patience. Part of it is because you may have, especially when you're running state-based, we're running across multiple states. You have a very large target audience when you're running Facebook ads. Facebook is not going to, when they're testing and when they're basically what Facebook's going to do is take a small segment of that larger audience and try to see what the engagements are. And so you might run 2 ads and Facebook chooses 2 different audience segments and that can account for different performance. So it's hard, but I can tell you averages. Some people do obviously worse, some people do better. If you're doing worse, then Amir and I will dive in and look at some solutions, maybe launch different ads and things like that.
I gotta
Um,
say, Sean, this is very impressive. Like the ease of use for agents to just come in here and like be able to become their own advertiser and have everything in-house. And the systems you built inside of Next Levels is really good.
Yeah, appreciate that. And you ran your own ads, right? You know that it can be kind of difficult doing it on your
It,
own.
it is such a headache, trying to track everything and trying to get all the knowledge, like being able to not have to have that giant learning curve and
Mhm.
just like one pay someone else to do it, but also be able to come in here on Next Level instead of having to, manage everything from your ads manager account, being able to do it all from one place
Yeah.
is going to make it so much easier for people who don't really understand Facebook ads that much, who are new to Facebook ads. Being able to have, a team do it for them and then be able to see all the data here
Yeah.
is makes it so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for saying
Really
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice, pretty user friendly.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Even if you started in the background and just have like a $20 budget to it and see if it does start to take off, because you can always start ramping up your budget. But just trying it out and, starting that process. If you plan on being in this industry long term, I feel like this should be something you definitely want to gravitate towards. Maybe not day one, but definitely soon after if you know this is something you're going to do long term, just because you have more control of it. You can turn it on, turn it off as you please. And who knows, you might end up hitting that home run and you have, leads coming in at $10 and you're closing every other lead. You just don't know unless you try. So I think it's an awesome thing to offer for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, Candy, it's not for everybody. And like I said at the beginning too, like you want to have a budget, but you also want to know, like for a newer agent that's still kind of learning products and the pitch and all that kind of stuff, you don't know what your ROI may be. You don't know. You're still looking for proof of concept. Can I sell? At what rate? But yeah, once you start seeing a certain ROI, then or a certain ROI on a particular ad you're running, it's like crank it up, pour your budget into it because you've got some data behind you. And that goes for leads in general, right? I mean, a lot of agents get scared to buy leads because they get a bad lead order or something like that. But, really, yeah, if you're getting some sort of ROI on your leads, you gotta crank it up. You gotta build your systems. It's hard being self-employed, and just managing your own schedule. But if you can build a system around your business and processes and schedules and all that, get your leads running, and if you're getting an ROI, crank it up. And then if you get too busy because you're running too many ads, you either find a happy medium or think of other ways to scale. So that's always my 2 cents. Did somebody say something?
I was just going to say, honestly, Sean, I can tell you, by the way, thank you for everything you've done. I on the
Yeah.
front, we were early switching from turbo to, I was so frustrated. And you've made all of our worries about this go away. That about with next level. And
Yeah, thank you.
I love everything that you brought to the table. The AI, at first I kind of chuckled at some of the conversations it tried to
Yeah.
have with people, but it has gotten dramatically better.
Mhm.
Regarding this, I don't mind, having an off week. That's something we should expect. The downtrend is what we want to be able to catch and correct, and that's what I think this is about, right? Is the downtrend in lead quality that we were seeing.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're taking more into your hands. You're getting community insights, you're getting support, you're getting a library of different solutions. You can actually see, what's being advertised and learn why something may work versus not work. So
Do you have data behind? Obviously, you've these ads that you showed us. I'm in, by the way. The ads you showed us before, you have some reason that those were developed, and is there data that you're like tracking on each one of those, and where to start, I assume, with each of
it,
it?
exactly. Yeah. So we have some analytics. So like if we have 10 agents running a certain ad, let's say, we're actually have compiled data on the performance across those 10 different agents. So we're getting a lot more insight. We're getting insights a lot faster because we have multiple agents and we have analytics that are consolidating all of that information. So that's why I can confidently say, oh, this ad here, it's getting, over the past X amount of days or weeks is getting, well, I guess I could, this one on my mom's account. The past week, she's getting $18 leads off that. If I go back a couple weeks, $16 leads, and if I go back, so on and so forth. So, um, yeah, we've got a lot of insights, and this is just one account, but we consolidate it all together on a real-time analytics view.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
How much are you charging there, Sean, for this? I know you said you were giving us a discount there. I think Amy had that question too.
Yeah, so we've adjusted our pricing a lot over the last few months. We don't want to be I don't think oversaturation is going to be a problem. It's maybe not saturation, but we don't want to be overextended, Amir and I. This is still relatively new over the past few months, so the barrier of entry we're making a little bit harder. And we've also have agents that we did some free accounts and they run 20 leads and then they're like, I don't want, they treated it like a lead and they didn't sell anything off 20, so they go cancel. And we spend hours and hours not only setting up the account, but monitoring and tweaking. But right now our pricing is $397 for initial setup. And then it's $197 a month to maintain, basically to have access to get the technical support, the training, and the access to the entire ever-growing ad library. And you guys get a discount on all that stuff too, though.
Yeah, I think we had what, a 30% discount. It brought it down to 167 or something a month is what it was. So
Yeah, we'll have to go look at that. Yeah, something like that.
nice. This
I
is
mean,
awesome, Sean. I appreciate it. Thank you.
if you were to go out and like hire someone to basically be your personal ad manager, that 397 setup fee and, monthly management fee is like ridiculous compared to 397 to have an entire ad account set up, and then $200 a month to have a team with all the data to, improve and evolve your ads to make them the best. Like that's good, man.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's yeah, we kind of laugh. It's new, right? And we've looked at this as a partnership too with agents, and it's like, um, this is we're still making it better. We're going to continue making improvements, but so we've discounted it because it's new and because we want to get agents on board and get data and help the community. And in part, I mean, out of self-interest, like people come on to Next Level, uh, and if they're struggling because they have a lead type that just sucks and that's their only lead type and they fell out of the business, then that hurts me, obviously. People go cancel Next Level. So what kind of solutions can I offer to people to, if you guys are successful, then I'm successful. And if you guys are failing, then what do you need me for? So, but yeah, you're right. I haven't seen anything online or anywhere where it's even close to what we're charging. I mean, I think the
Yeah, I
closest thing
just want to say something, Sean.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I've actually hired people to do this, and it was like $2,000 just to do what you're saying to set up. It was 2,000, and then it was like $595 a month to
Yeah.
do what you're doing. So just from experience, like,
On that, Bronya.
wow.
On that.
What's that?
Don't tell him
What?
that.
I know. I was like, should I pay that? Because like, I know you're an
Yeah.
agent, and
I
God
know,
bless
I
you
know.
to
I'm like,
listen
hold
to
on, before you guys go sign up, let's go
Well,
fix
to
this
be
for you
fair, I
guys.
mean, we're all in this and it's all fairly new. So I think, Sean's just trying to be fair with like, hey, we are still
Absolutely.
gathering
I
more
just,
data. We're getting better together. Like, I do think his time's definitely more valuable than what he's charging. I just think because it's so new, we're trying to be a little more like
Yeah.
we thought. So
yeah, I don't
And
want to shoot us in the foot, but I just wanted to say to people,
Rania, shut up.
I know,
we
I was
we
like,
are we've incrementally
sorry, guys.
increased the price. I think we did $0 setup a couple months ago, then we went to 197 and then we just went to 397 for initial setup. Um our ACA program we charge 14.95. That one's more established. We know we're like that's the best plan. That's the best program I've seen on the market, but so we're really confident in that one. As far as it's been dialed for a long time. If I would have been talking to you guys about indemnity, which is a hard nut to crack a couple months ago, I'd say, hey, well, we won't charge you anything for setup and we're going to work on this together. But it's getting to the point now where we're getting really excited, seeing a lot better results. And I'll say too, if anybody on here or anybody in the group that's not on here, at least right now, wants to start by just running life, we will waive your sign up fee because we have a template. We have a library of ads that a marketing agency has put together, but we haven't had a lot of agents really want to do that. So we've offered, I think somebody just signed up a minute ago, where we waived their sign up. Because they want to do life to start. So if you want to do that, we don't have like as near the amount of data, but we're confident that we can, we'll get it dialed in and get get leads at a reasonable price and everything. But I can't tell you, hey, this mortgage protection lead or whatever it is going to be $17 and whatever. So we don't have the data and that's why we're waiving signups. So I wanted to say that. But if you want to pause recording, Candy, I can show you a little bit about, a little bit of the leads and stuff.